Hey guys, Didact here, and welcome to the first part of a multiple part tutorial of how to play Stranded Deep. The game does seem intimidating, but it's actually very easy once you get the hang of it. So as you can tell, this is a brand new save. Just got the 4 basic items, and you usually spawn next to an island. And the first thing you want to do is look for boats, because if you can, you want to get some really good materials. I got really lucky. Wow, I actually spawned next to one, two, and three different crash sites. Now, there's a couple different kinds of boats. There are three distinct types of boats. And they can be above ground or underwater. There is a very large kind of boat that is usually underwater, and you have two smaller ones. This is one of them. This one has a below deck, as you can clearly see. So there's one of the smaller ones that has a below deck. Get some antibiotics. You can search down here, look for stuff. See what I got, a jerry can for a possible. And look at that, machete and a flashlight. You don't really need to pick up. No point picking up flashlights. So get out of here before you die. Look out for sharks, maybe. So we already got 3 good items, and the point of looking through these is just that so you don't have to go and make an item if you can just find it. So let's go over to this one. This, I think, is the same type of ship. It has the hatch underneath. So there's usually always at least one thing here. We have a morphine, which is very important. What can I get rid of? You don't really need antibiotics. You never really get sick. And let's check. We got another jerry can, so we got a ton of fuel. Take my machete out. We got a bucket of water. We got binoculars that I can't pick up. And duct tape. Everyone knows about my duct tape. You don't really need that. So, the items that I'm picking up don't have to be what you pick up. I'm just using my experience to know what to pick up and what not to pick up at this point in the game. It's pretty early on. I'm not going to be too aggressive in my searching, so I don't have to pick up that many stuff. So let's get to this island. I'll show you how to make the basic craft of stuff, basic things in order to survive. And these are things that I've pretty much learned. Now these wrecks sometimes have stuff, sometimes don't. That one obviously doesn't have anything on it. Seems like I can't get on this shore from here. A lot of fish. Seems like a pretty shitty island, actually. So, the first thing you want to do is you want to start collecting sticks. Now, you can cut down trees, but all I have is a machete. And the first thing you should do is if you have this much stuff, is just drop a bunch of stuff in the center of the island or an area that you're gonna put everything next to. That's what I usually do, just to make room for myself. I think I accidentally drank some of that seawater. Okay, so start collecting just material, rocks, sticks, all the good stuff. And you're gonna find sticks around the island for sure. They just kind of happen to be there. So you got about 4 together. Put them down. Now you need 5 to make a fire, which is the most basic of things you can make, and most basic thing that you can make in this game, or at least cost the least amount of the rock here. Rocks will be important for making a bigger fireplace in case you want to put stuff down. So it seems like there's no more here, and this gives me a chance to show you how to make tools. So there are 2 types of plants in the game. There are the yucca plants right here, and I saw a potato plant over here. So potato plant, couple hits, gives you 3 potatoes. Potatoes are pretty good for giving you your hunger back. And yucca plants, which are very important, they give you lashing. It's basically string or rope. This allows you to make tools. So as you can see, I'm gonna give me some more rocks actually, so I can make them. So sticks, rocks, and yarn are lashing. I can make 2 objects from this. I can make a crude axe, 1 rope, 1 stick, 1 rock, which allows me to cut stuff down, and then a hammer, which will eventually allow me to build shelter. So let's make an axe though, because I need to cut down trees in order to get more some more sticks. So I'll just speed this up. All right, so now that we have all these materials together, I know I got a lot of materials together, but if you don't know how to make anything, really the best way is to put a bunch of materials together, and as you can see, I can make a ton of stuff now. So let's go ahead and make a campfire, which is 5 sticks, the most basic of the campfire. There's 3 different types of campfire. It's the most basic type of campfire. Next, we'll go ahead and make a bed. Actually, I can't make a bed anymore. I think I need more sticks. Let's collect more stuff. And I know I just showed, but yucca plants do grow back. Potato plants do grow back. So really, these give you, at least the potatoes give you an unlimited food source. They grow back. They do grow back pretty fast. So it's not a huge problem about getting, yarn or lashing back. But let's go ahead. Oh, here we go. Now we can make a bed. 6 sticks, 4 palm leaves, 4 rope, which is they actually do call it rope, and you can place this somewhere. There you go. And this allows you to sleep. As you can see, you can only sleep at night. It's just an option. You don't necessarily have to sleep at night. Let's go put the rocks next to this. And for the next part of the fire, let's just go put it on right now. Actually, there we go. And so let's say that you want to eat some potatoes. You want to eat some crab. Crab are indigenous to every single island. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure every single island has crab around it. You can find them on the shore, somewhere along the shore at least. They're pretty visible, and that's like they're gonna hide. They are harder to see at night though, because they do tend to go out more towards the ocean. But you can see they're pretty big. Just use any tool to kill them. You'll hear them like, I don't know, hear something, and then they die. Collect some crab. Go back. Now the difficult part about cooking crab is that it's very difficult to put it on the fire. When you hear that cooking sound, that's when it's actually being cooked. Like right now it's being cooked, now it's not. So you have to kind of just try to place it on top of the fire. There we go. That was pretty easy. Now if you want to make this much easier, you have to gather up a lot of rocks. Like I think 6 or 8 rocks. And you're not going to always find a lot of rocks on your island. Certainly not on this island. So there aren't enough rocks on this island alone. But we'll continue with other parts. So this is how to cook crab, obviously. It'll make a ding sound when it's finally done. So, potato plants and crab and fire, that's your food. But what about water? You can't find water. You do start with a water bottle, but it's not unlimited. What you can find is on top of these small one, on top of these, you can actually climb these trees if you just climb up, if you just hold up on it, and you can knock off these coconuts just like that. You can knock them off, and I'm not sure if they come back. You should also watch out because you could fall off. And let's pick them up, bring it back to the campfire. Real quick. There we go. Get the fire cooking. And using your axe or your knife, you can open them up. Just hit them a couple times. And one more time. And they become drinkable coconuts. So let's check out my thirst. I have 2 bars of thirst that I need. Let's see how much we get from one. From one, we get it back up to 100%. But after you drink it once, you can't drink it again. It's useless after that. Stick here. And you heard the ding. That means my my crab is completed. Let's check out how much it gives me. I have only 1 bar. It should give me this 1 bar back. Actually, yeah. Crab is kind of crap. Potatoes, always useful. You can see these yucca have already come back. This potato plant has already come back. So these are much better than cooking crab. Just because crab is, it's not really worth it. It's not really worth the trouble of getting it. Because potatoes come back much easier. Alright, next. Sounds good. Okay, so after an entire night of cutting up a bunch of trees, and I'm going to show you how to make a rudimentary shelter, a simple shelter. You're going to need a large amount of sticks and palm leaves. Palm leaves are just what you get from the top of trees when you cut them down. You're also going to have to make a hammer, which is one stick, one rope, and two rock. So in order, now you notice that it's blue when I have a hammer. When I have a regular item, it's orange, and I can only make simple stuff. But when I take a hammer out, it turns blue, and I'm able to make a foundation, which is 8 sticks. When you make that, you can place it somewhere, wherever you want. Let's just kind of put it next to the fire. I'm trying to a little bit. Somewhere next to the fire. Right here looks fine. Just like that. And what the next, you have to make support. So you're going to have to grab a bunch of sticks. And as you can tell, the crafting system is much different. Everything has to be on the ground, and everything has to be connected somewhat. So move these sticks over here next to your foundation, and you'll get the option for a support. And a support is just what it sounds like, support. You have to put 4. This is just a simple single one by itself, and got to move everything else next to it as well. And these are going to be palms leaves are used for siding of the wall and the roof as well. So let's grab everything, move it over. Okay. That should be good enough. Now you have an option for wall and roof, so I'm just going to put 3 walls on my house because just seems like what you should do. Wall, if I can get it there. I think I'm stuck or something. Okay, seems like I can't get this wall to go. Probably go over here and do it. There we go, and we're gonna need more leaves. It's a pretty annoying sound. Unfortunately, you can only carry 8 items, 4 max of any item, and that's what really holds your ability to carry stuff. It's probably the worst part. Now I see roof, 4 palm leaves, 4 stick. A wall is 4 stick and only 2 palm leaves, but a wall is 4 of each. And put a roof, and there you go. This is a pretty simple shelter. Now, there is no real beneficiary reason for building a shelter. It doesn't give you protection from anything. You can't even put your bed in your shelter if you make it big enough. You can stack shelters. You can stack foundations next to each other. They just kind of lock into each other, so you can make them, 2 by 2, 4 by 4, 100 by 100, 1 by 3, whatever combination you want. But there is no beneficiary. You don't benefit at all from making a shelter. It's just kind of something to do. Now, what you can also do is, well, let me just chop up a bunch of sticks. And I'll skip this as well. Or you need 8 sticks to make another foundation. What you can do is you can use this foundation and put it in the water and make a raft, which I'm going to show you how to do right now. Put these. Need 1 more stick. It's going to be the hardest stick to find. I have to cut down another tree. And everything has durability. As you can see, this crude axe is on its last leg. So, in fact, that was it. Now, I don't know if you can actually use a machete, because I've never tried to, but machetes are not too good. Oh, you can use a machete. I don't think they're very good at cutting things down. Now, you can make, you can find fire axes, which are the best items to cut down trees with. They have the least amount of hits. I have only 8 hits to a tree, when a crude axe has 10. These have more than 10. These have 11 hits. These have 11 hits. First, you have to cut down the tree, and then you have to separate the tree into logs, and finally you have to cut it down. So, a lot of cutting going on. So now that we have all these parts, you put them down right here next to the water, make it easier. You can get your hammer out, make a foundation, and then you can make a little raft. There we go. It's not better than the life raft, but eventually, if you can get the parts for a motor, you can put a motor on this. And if you want to see, I did a total playthrough of about 16 parts up to it, and so this concludes the first part of the basics. This is the basics of this game, how to survive your first couple days, and stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching.